right, so now we're going to work on building our mounds for what we like to call our three sisters, which we have all borrowed from the Iroquois. So in the construction of these mounds, as you can see back here, I've already made 4 mounds. So I'm going to show you how I did that over here. Now, traditionally, nobody had fancy tools like we do, but for the sake of having them, I'm going to use them. And here I have my little agronomic rake, and I just like to, you've missed this part, but I have already gone through and gently broken up the soil, not tilled it, not did anything that's going to hurt the nutrients or all the good critters that are in the soil, but just broke it up a little bit to make the soil more loamy, which is like a deep, rich, soft soil that's perfect for seed growth. So in this case, we're planting seeds, corn seeds. So I'm flattening my surface here. And then I'm going to kind of divide it in two because I'm going to make 2 mounds. Now, when you make your mounds, you want the center of each mound to be about 3 to 4 feet apart. It doesn't have to be totally accurate, but try to keep it within those guidelines, because what we're planting today will be the corn. The corn is the first thing that will be planted. The beans will be the second, and then the squash. But the beans don't get planted until the corn stalks are about 3 to 4 inches tall. So we'll talk about that in the next step. But today it's just corn and creating the mounds. So right here is, this is a good tool. You got to be careful with it because it's very strong. It's got the tip that can really break into soil pretty easily. So I'm taking it and I'm just going around making a little mound. I like the idea of mound planting here in Omaha because a lot of our soil has, the topsoil here has lead in it. So if you're growing plants that you want to eat, which of course we want to eventually eat the corn and the beans and the squash, it's better to either grow them in a garden bed or mound up dirt so it's got a good 12 inches below it before it hits the ground level soil, because that soil could possibly have lead contamination in it, and that's very bad. So it can cause a lot of health problems and such like that. So it's best to have really good soil, take care of your soil, and if you're going to plant food, be conscious of the soil that you're using and possibly build a mound. So now I believe that even though we have the ability to use nice tools, I think as we plant, we should touch the soil. You know, the soil's healing. There's all kinds of wonderful things in the soil that can make us feel good. And it's good to have, it's important to have good thoughts when you're planting and doing these things, because you want these creatures, these beings, this corn, you want it to thrive and grow big and produce and feed your people.